How do you jazz up your instant ramen? Sesame oil and rice vinegar and a cracked egg into the boiling water. Green onions on top. My recipe. Cook noodles for 1 minute. Crack 2 eggs into the noodles. Cook for another minute. Add flavor packet, chopped peppers and snow peas. Cook for 1 more minute. Pour into bowl and liberally douse with sriracha. Let sit for 2 to 3 minutes before piercing the egg yolks, depending on how runny you want the yolk. Eat while wiping sweat from your brow. Play Louis Armstrong. Trust me, it always jazzes it up. I see peas of green, red sriracha too. I'll crack an egg for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful spiced up ramen. Leave a few noodles uncooked and crumble them on top like a garnish. Gives you an extra fun little bonus crunch. Peralta, beef baby. Don't use the broth. Stir fry it with your own ingredients. Greater than don't use the broth. I stopped using the broth years ago. I still use the seasoning packet and mix directly with the noodles after straining the monsieur. By doing nothing else, this makes them much more flavorful. It is often easier and cheaper to buy big packages of noodles without any of the other stuff. 1. Sesame oil. 2. Chili oil. 3. Rice wine vinegar. 4. Peanut oil. 5. Peanut butter, plus all of the above. 6. Fried tofu. 7. Crack an egg over soft-boiled egg. 8. Edamame, beans not in shell. 9. Dried mushrooms. 10. Candied ginger. 11. Miso paste. 12. Sesame seeds or teriyaki. 13. Bagged frozen veggies or stir-fry VRG mix. 14. Crab, or real crab, human meat. On today's episode of Cooking with Hannibal. In prison, diced jalapenos, sriracha, tuna with jalapenos, and cactus anise squeezed cheese. Poached egg, chives, soy sauce and sriracha. With a saxophone. P-E-H, 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 P-U-H, P-E-H, 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 P-U-H, P-E-H, P-E-H, B-W-Y-H-H, D-E-H, B-W-U-H-H, D-E-H, B-E-H, D-E-H, B-E-H, D-E-H, boo. Are you playing Epic Sax Guy? I read that his Epic Sax Guy. I only know it cause I did 8 hours of the 10-hour challenge hungover. And my friend did 10 hours cause he was too hungover to leave to get food. The bells, man. You start to hear the auxiliary bells. Put in some miso paste and crack an egg into that bad boy. Sriracha. This is objectively the most correct answer. Also, I always throw in a couple droplets of brains for an extra zingerino. Psilocybin. Toast a little panko with butter and sprinkle it on top. Get a metal strainer and put some raw veggies in like broccoli and sliced carrots. Place the strainer hovering on top of the boiling water and it will steam them as the noodles cook. Then add egg, sesame oil, cayenne to noodles when done. Bam! One of the best ways to improve packaged ramen is by adding fresh garlic. All other ingredients are great. Mushrooms, green onion, egg, etc. But adding the garlic transforms the flavor to taste more homemade. While it's cooking, crack an egg in there, let it cook at the same time. Also, you can throw in some frozen veggies. Pow instant egg drop soup. Fun fact, when my brother and I were little, we would get egg drop soup. And my brother loved it. But he couldn't say soup, so he ended up asking for more poop. Crack an egg in the noodles before you put in the water and the flavor. Whoa, I misread the title. Zip. I thought you said jizz up. Peanut butter, sesame oil and or sesame seeds. Hot sauce, sriracha, a fistful of frozen chopped spinach. This also helps cool it down to eating temperature faster. Salsa is a good all-in-one. It adds vegetables and some extra heat in one go. I don't do this with any of the other things. Just as a standalone, make this better with just one thing. Lazy move. An egg is nice, but can be a pita to get just right. and doesn't seem like it'd work with microwave cooking. I also up the texture a bit by not following the package directions. I bring the 2 cups of water to a boil, usually in the microwave, then add the sauce packet and noodles at the same time. Then stir and let sit until cool enough to eat. This makes the noodles a little firmer, and actually makes it an even lazier meal. You don't have to watch a pot at all. I stole this cooking method from some better instant ramen. $3 minus 5 for a 6-pack instead of $1.50. I bought at an Asian grocery store. Toss the seasoning packet. Use real chicken broth instead. Seasoned with garlic, ginger, chili powder, cumin, and soy sauce. Garnish with strips of carrot, red bell pepper, and bok choy sautéed in sesame oil and 2 soft-boiled eggs. Top with sriracha sauce and a shit ton of green onion. Probably what most people would do. Egg, cheese and some kind of protein. Recently started stir-frying the noodles in sesame seed oil and wrapping each bite with nori seaweed. I watch too many mukbangs. Fried egg, a small mixture of peanut butter and soy sauce. Sea salt and a little olive oil with pepper. Do this. Cook up a package of Maruchan brand beef noodles according to package instructions. For some reason, the brand matters. I've tried it with other brands, and it isn't as good. Then add up to 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. Wonderful stuff? How strange. I wonder if somehow the vinegar is reacting with something specifically at Maruchan's. Ramen. There's a lot of common chemicals between ramen brands, but each have their own specifics. No idea, but I do know that some of the brands I've tried this with have tasted downright nasty. I tried this on a whim one night many years ago when I didn't have anything else lying around to eat, and just hit it lucky that I tried it with Maruchan beef. The company should pay me royalties. Drain it and stir-fry with teriyaki sauce and vegetables. Con sal morejo cordobés, ya que estamos. A slice of American cheese on top. Did not expect to see what I do here. Make a broth. My favorite is 4 cups chicken stock, 4 cups beef stock, 1 sliced onion, sliced ginger, 2 sliced cloves of garlic, 5 green onions cut into chunks. Use everything for this, not just the greens. 1 carrot cut into chunks. A dash of soy sauce. Some ground black pepper. Bring to a boil and simmer for an hour covered. Strain out solid materials, and serve with your ramen. I usually leave out the flavor packet for this, but I suppose you could use it on the noodles. I also recommend serving with some sort of meat and some fresh spring onions. Some people like an egg too. I've never done it, but I tried it at a restaurant. They served cold beef ramen with bits of bell pepper and broccoli in it. It was actually pretty good. Ramen restaurants are one of my favorite things now. Dried salted shrimps while is cooking. Correct. Also garlic and ginger, but correct. Usually with some Miles Davis in the background. Had to throw out my ramen because it considered Kenny G as jazz. OMG. You did the right thing. I can't even fathom the trauma you experienced when you saw that. I hope this doesn't require therapy. Well, at least it didn't request DJ Jazzy Jeff. Sir or ma'am, it's my birthday. I can't think of wanting to experience something so cruel. Imagine that at a party XD. If peeing your pants is cool, then consider me Miles Davis. I add a chicken or beef bouillon cube, red chili flakes, and a little Cajun seasoning to the included powder packets. Once the noodles are done, I scoop them out, then boil the water down into a thicker liquid that's super flavorful and spicy. Top everything with grilled chicken or beef, and enjoy. My dad uses eggs, it's heavenly. Sesame oil, sriracha, tofu if I've got it, spam if I am hungry, egg if I want one. Add some veggies to it in an egg. I usually don't use the flavor packet that it comes with, and I make my own mixture using some stuff. If you're curious about what I use, just ask and I might say, "Oh, pretty please give me your sacred recipe, senpai." I put Louis Armstrong on repeat while it's cooking. Cayenne pepper, of course. By playing jazz music, soy sauce just takes it up a notch. Try to saute some tomatoes beforehand to get that saucy feel. I literally only use the noodles. I make real broth and toppings ahead of time in big batches. It's then just a matter of boiling the noodles and reheating everything. Not exactly instant, but pretty damn close if you have 2 days to spare beforehand. Get rid of the flavor packet and use mensuyu for broth. Add veggies in a soft-boiled egg, and a touch of sesame oil. Season package, hot sauce, mayo, mustard, favorite veggies, fried cubed Spam, fresh chives over the whole thing, Valentina and lime, with a tostada on the side, fried egg and Spam, pan-fried Spam, boiled eggs, parsley, marjoram, crushed red pepper flakes, soy sauce, smoked paprika, tastes like bacon, ranch, shredded cheese, and chicken bouillon, chicken bacon cheddar ranch. Throw in cheese and black pepper, with 10 different cheeses in a single bowl. Peanut butter and Italian seasoning. It was a trick I picked up from a friend in university, lol. It's better than you'd think. It does sound interesting. X. Garlic powder. I add a B-flap 13, add 6. Saxophone. Eggs and shredded cheese. Exclamation mark. Saxophone. Egg and oyster sauce. Jizz in there. Fried egg, soy sauce, hot sauce. Invite Kenny G over for a bowl. Get the Korean spicy ramen, add an egg, pork belly, and green onions. Soft-boiled egg, oyster sauce, and chives. Slice up some scallion, add a poached egg, beef broth and some meat, butter, spices, onions. If this is the brothless one, try mixing butter, then flour, then milk, and lastly cheese on a saucepan first. Add the provided seasoning into the noodles, then pour the cheese sauce you made and sriracha if you want some spicy. It's the best. Boil noodles like normal. Once done, strain and return to medium heat. Add a chunk of butter and some milk along with the seasoned packet. Combine and cook till the liquids solidify a bit more. Preference honestly, and serve. I also add spices like chili powder and Japanese pepper. Occasionally at the end I'll add hoisin sauce as I mix it. This will power through, so it's more of a preference. You can use this as an alternative base for ramen and can add stuff like eggs or spring onions for added flavors. Bear in mind, once the sauce is being created, stirring in ingredients can be difficult to add additionals when adding the butter and milk initially. I highly recommend this butter sauce ramen, and feel free to play around with it and add stuff you like or reduce portions for changes in flavor. With a little EVI turnaround, put a little curry or chili powder. Also, you can put green onion and carrots in with the noodles. Scramble an egg, and when it's about half cooked, still runny but with plenty of texture, dump in the noodles. Ditch the flavor packet from the ramen, and add some sriracha, and maybe some scallions and mushrooms. Or, Tex-Mex it. Scrambled egg half cooked. Dump in noodles. Toss the flavor packet in the trash. Add grated cheese and salsa. Add a spoonful of peanut butter. Like homemade pad thai. Actual chicken, beef, vegetable, whatever stock instead of water in the flavor packet. If you're not a vegetarian, some sliced chicken is really good. A soft-boiled egg, scallions. I think that's all I've ever added to ramen. There's a YouTube channel called Pro Home Cooks that used to be called The Brothers Green. They've got a video on ramen that's pretty good. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.